Ever feel like your dog hears you, but it doesn't listen? You say sit and nothing happens. Harvey, sit. You say come and they run away. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. But the good news is that getting your dog to listen is easier than you think. In this video, I will teach you how I got my dogs to listen to me every time without the use of treats, aversive tools, or methods. If your dog struggles with reactivity or any behavioral issues, there is a link in the description that you can set up a free video call with me so we can chat about your dog's struggles. Can't wait to chat with you. So the first thing that I started doing was building the basics. The basics is very important, and that is by teaching my dogs few commands. I suggest starting with few simple commands such as sit, stay, come, and teach these commands with clarity in an environment that you can teach your dog the best, which is basically teaching your dog everything that it needs to know in the beginning at home. Whether you have a puppy or an adult dog, you start at home. One of the biggest mistakes that dog owners make is they start training their dog in an environment that is either too much for the dog, or too distracting, or not the right environment for the dog to learn. So the reason I suggest you to start from home is because your dog is familiar with this environment. There is no or limited distractions inside of the house, and your dog is comfortable in this environment, and you are comfortable as well. So this is where you start building the basics. So you teach your dog the sit, the stay, and come, for example, inside of the house. And when you're teaching your dog the commands, you have to make sure that each command has a word attached to it, and you stick to that word. You don't change it. You don't ever change it. So sit means put your bum down and sit. Stay means stay in that position and don't move a muscle. And come means stop doing whatever you're doing or wherever you are and come to me. So it's very important to stick to this simple formula. So you say sit for sit, stay for stay, come for come. But also when you're asking your dog to sit, don't change the word itself also and say it in different ways every time. So you don't want to keep saying, for example, sit or please sit or sit please or would you sit please? You see, every time I'm saying a different word, although there is a sit in there, but you want to stick to that simple word of sit. This simplifies everything for you to teach and also simplifies for the dog to learn. The reason you want to be consistent and use the same word, same way all the time is once you are consistent, your dog starts learning faster and better. But if you're not consistent, your dog says to you, come back when you're ready. Come back when you're ready to teach. So next step is to start pairing the command that you're giving to your dog with a reward. In my opinion, you can use natural motivations. So natural motivations, in my opinion, are play, praise, and interaction, and just paying attention to your dog. So every time you're asking your dog to sit, for example, teach it, and if your dog does that command, reward it with either play or praise or interaction. So Annie sit, Annie stay, Annie go get it, Annie come, Annie come, get it, yes, come, good girl. The next thing that you don't want to do is repeating the commands. So you don't want to say, for example, sit, 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 or sit, please, sit, come on, sit, Joey, sit, Joey, I told you, sit. You don't want to do that. The reason for that is when you start repeating, you sound unclear to a dog. Although again, you have the word, the keyword in there, but it confuses the dog. It causes a little bit of distraction, causes a little bit of anxiety in the dog basically. and the dog doesn't hear you. Literally, they tune you out because they see that you are not clear in what you're saying, so they tune you out and literally don't hear you. That's why they don't listen, because you're repeating and you're making common mistakes, and that's one of the reasons why dogs actually don't listen when you ask them to do something, because the foundation hasn't built properly. So you want to work hard into be a good teacher by being clear, consistent, firm, fun, and enjoy the training session with your dog. So by taking a few weeks to make sure that you're building a solid foundation, your dog is going to start associating words with actions without being confused. Now the next step, continue on working on these steps, but start making it a little bit more challenging in the backyard, or if you live in an apartment building, in the hallways or the parking lot of your building. So in this level, we're going to practice everything that we've learned in the basic level, and we're going to add a little bit of more difficulty to it. We call this in a dog world the 3Ds: durations, distance, and distractions. So in this case, what you want to do is make sure, again, the words that you're saying to your dog is very clear, and your dog is associating the word with the action that you're expecting it to do. And always remember, you don't need to use treats to reward your dog. So one of the biggest mistakes that dog owners make is they bring treats to training. And treats is another form of distractions. Yes, we want to focus on adding a little bit of distraction. You can use treats as distraction, but not as a reward for the training. Very different. So as you can see, I use treats or food as distraction. I don't suggest you to use treats as a reward. So one of the 3Ds is distraction. So use treats or food as distraction. You want to add a little bit of duration as well. What that means is you want to make your stay a little bit longer. You want to make sure that you have a little bit of more distance than usual. And obviously you want to add a little bit of more distraction. So being in the backyard or in the hallways or the parking lot itself is a distraction to you and your dog. Now, if you feel that your dog is easily trained and is able to control itself with the distractions that are around, then you can add treats or food as distraction and ask your dog to not to touch treats or food or get distracted by food, but listen to you while being distracted by food. So stay in this level as much as your dog needs and as much as you need to reinforce the behaviors that you want. And you're going to soon learn that your dog starts to listen to you, not because you're bribing it or forcing it, but because they respect you and they're understanding and have learned exactly what you mean. Now the next level is more advanced level. In this level, I started training my dogs in different environments and different locations. So I start in a low distraction areas, and I started building up on that information that I have been able to teach my dog and slowly increase the difficulty. So what I mean by that is I may go to a park or an environment that there's literally no other creature around and start practicing with my dog. And then if I feel comfortable, I'll go to a busier park and then go on to busier parks and environments as the weeks go by. Meanwhile, I'm keeping my dog on a long leash rather than a short leash. The reason I want to work on long leash is because I want to give enough information and freedom to my dog to go out there and get obviously distracted too, but practice coming back to me, listening to me, doing exactly what I want it to do. And this way you're able to keep an eye on your dog and it's safer. And if your dog goes further than it's supposed to, you can step on the leash and bring back your dog to yourself. And obviously when I'm in this environment, outdoor environment, I keep my training sessions short. The reason for that is because I don't want to overwhelm my dog with information, overload information. Remember, your dog is in a different environment, is more stimulating, it's more distracting, and yet I want to start teaching and training my dog in this environment as well. In this environment especially, I will keep the training sessions really short because I don't want to stress my dog too much. But yet I want to still give my dog some information. I still want to train it. So I'll keep the training sessions 5 to 10 minutes, and the rest of the time we're just hanging out together and we're just hiking or walking or enjoying the environment. If you just take the time to teach your dog, to train your dog, and this could be 3 months or 6 months, depending on you and your dog, it's much easier to invest few months to train and teach your dog than using wrong tools, wrong methods, and not getting the results that you want. So if you want a step-by-step customizable training tailored to you and your dog with my one-on-one coaching, book a video call right now, and the link is in the description, and I'll see you then.